and welcome to the launch of our brand new mystery make-along. I'm Katie Jones and I've teamed up again with Hobbii to bring you a really fun project that we can all work along with together. This make-along is for a really special winter warmer, that perfect sweater to brighten up those grey cooler days this winter. And the design comes in both a knit and crochet option, and I have to say we've got them looking so similar this time. The make-along is designed for beginners upwards, with our pattern being broken down into 7 bite-sized chunks. As well as our pattern, each week there'll also be videos which will guide you through the whole process. Now the design comes in 3 sizes, a size 1, a size 2 and a size 3, and fits between an extra small and 5XL, and it's for a unisex fit oversized sweater that's super soft with a little bit of sparkle. Our make-along is called the Après Ski make-along, and that's because our jumper has been heavily influenced by vintage ski wear and knits. I love the colour combinations from 70s and 80s ski wear and the amazing details on Fair jumpers from the 60s, and this really heavily influenced my designing process. Now, before our MAL officially kicks off, I just wanted to share some of my inspiration, a sneak peek at some of the yarns and textures to get you excited about the make-along and give you an idea of the vibe of the project that we'll be making. I hope this insight has sparked your interest in our final project. Remember to sign up at Hobbii to register to receive your make-along pattern when it launches, and to get your yarn packs, which come in an exclusive project bag ready to store all your yarn and your working pieces, and it will look fabulous and match brilliantly with our finished sweater when we're done. Now, when it comes to picking your kit, you might want a little bit of help with choosing your size. So I'm going to try and help explain it a little bit more. So as I said, the sweater comes in 3 sizes, a size 1, a size 2 and a size 3. And this fits a chest size between extra small and 5XL and it's designed to have a sort of oversized unisex fit. So it's got quite a baggy body, but slimmer sleeves, so it fits nicely in our winter jackets. But you can really pick whichever style you think is going to suit you best, especially if you're in between sizes. Do you want a slimmer fit jumper or a slightly baggier option? Now, as an example, I'm 105 centimetre chest and I can squeeze in all 3 sizes. Of course, I've tried them all on. So I'm not designed for size 1, I'm designed for size 2. So size 1 would fit me as a slimmer fit, but I would need to extend the sleeves to get it to fit quite right. Size 2 has been designed for my size, and it has that sort of slightly oversized, relaxed fit jumper in a classic style. But I also love a super oversized sweater. So I also really like wearing a size 3. So it's really about thinking about what style of jumper do you like wearing? So which one do you think might fit your size best? So to help with that, I'll go through the flat finish width of the piece. So the first size 1 is 60 centimetres, a size 2 is 70 centimetres flat width, and a size 3 is 80 centimetres flat width. So my top tip, especially with picking with a mystery project when you're not quite sure of the piece, is use your favourite jumper in your wardrobe. Like, what piece do you love wearing, you love the fit of? Use that as a guide. So take that, lie it flat, measure its flat width, and use this as a guide, helping you pick the right size of your kit and the right size to make your sweater. Plus, to help you visualise the fit, we've shown the sweater blanked out over the 3 sizes because we're not going to reveal the mystery quite yet. So here you can see a size 1 on a 96.5 centimetre chest, a size 2 on a 122 centimetre chest, and a size 3 on a 130 centimetre chest. So I hope that really helps you think about picking your right fit and the kit size that you want to order. A really good thing to do once you've registered to get sent out the make-along pattern with Hobbii that will launch in September, and selected and ordered your kit so it arrives before the MAL launches. And so basically, we're ready to go on the first week. What we want to do is practice our tension and getting that right for the project. So you're really good to go right from the start with the correct needles and hook. Now the pattern comes with a recommended size for your hook or needles, but tension can be so individual. And as we want the fit of our sweater to be right and to use our kit amounts up as intended, it's really important to practice and try to match the tension guide as close as possible. And this is why you get some fun tools in the kit, but not your hook or needles, because it's always easier to change your tools rather than change yourself. And tension, really don't worry if it doesn't match straight away. It can really vary person to person. So to practice before we start our make along, we want to start off using the recommended tool size once your kit arrives and some of your yarn. For our tension swatches in crochet, we're going to use our lovely lilac. And for our tension swatches in knitting, we're going to use our lilac teamed with our lilac sparkle as one yarn. So for your swatches, in crochet, we're going to work single crochet rows backwards and forwards. And for knitting, you're going to want to work stocking stitch, which is knit on the front and purl on the back to get your swatch. And I recommend working 20 stitches along and 15 stitches up to give us a good amount to measure. And so we're starting off with our recommended hook and needle sizes. And this is what we're going to measure first. So you can use any type of tape measure, or if you've got a tension square measurer, you can lay that over your swatch. And our tension is given for 10 centimeters across and 5 centimeters up. So for crochet, 10 centimeters across, we want 16 stitches across, and we want 10 rows of single crochet up to reach 5 centimeters. And for our knitting swatch, we're going to lay it out similar. We want to get 16 stitches across again for 10 centimeters, but for 5 centimeters up, we want 11 rows. So you want to just make sure that you count your stitches across and your rows up to see if you can match the tension as close as possible. Now, if your tension comes out too large, you want to size down your hook or needle, or too small, you want to size up. And you really just want to play around with the right sizes of hook or needle until you can get your tension square matching as close as you can to the recommended tension. And then you're ready to unravel your square so we can use that yarn for the project. And you're good to go to get the right size tools that you need for this project. The knit pattern for this project calls for a size 5.5mm needle or whatever matched your tension, but in a 70 to 80 centimetre length circular needle. Now this is going to be great for holding the whole body of your piece, the full width, so it's not too scrunched. So that's why we want a longer needle for this part. Now having 2 of these can be really helpful as we're working the back and the front separately, but it's not necessary. You can use yarn as a stitch holder, or if you have detachable needles, you can use those to hold your non-working piece. So we've got these ones, nice long ones, and also at the same time for your project, we also want the same size needle that you've matched your tension to in a smaller, shorter 50 centimetre length. For when we're working smaller bits in the round, it's really helpful to not have to pull your piece through and have a shorter length, so 50 centimetres. And also then we want a full size down in that shorter circular needle as well. So if I was using a 5.5, I would also then use a 4.5mm needle on, again, that small 50 centimetres circular length. And for crochet, we're going to want a 4.5mm hook or whatever was to match your tension, and we just need one of those for your crochet project. So for this make along, we've managed to get the final look of the pieces looking so similar, which has just been really fun. So for this project, I wanted to include a new technique each week that worked well both across knit and crochet to have that similar look. And the project builds as we go. So it starts off with more simple elements and simple stitches, and build week by week. So we cover a whole range. We're going to be working with colour. So we've got slip stitch colour work for knit and spike stitch colour work for crochet. We've got raised colour changing details. We've got fair isle knitting and tapestry crochet. We've got bobbles, one of my favourite. We've got rib stitch. We've got working in the round, working flat, increasing, decreasing, shaping, different ways of joining. So we're going to be doing mattress stitch. And then also we've got embroidery elements. So we've got chain stitch or surface slip stitch crochet. So there's loads and loads of fun, different new techniques to try out across the whole make along. These come together to make a really vibrant and rich striped sweater that has a fair isle feel to it, mixing texture, colour and pattern to create a contemporary twist on that real classic winter style. Now, the big decision left that you might have is to pick knit or crochet if you do both. So if you're on the fence between the two styles, like I said, they look really, really similar. So really, the big difference, or should I say small difference between them, is that the knit is slightly more drapey and it's slightly lighter in its weight, and it has a little bit more fluffiness and a tad more sparkle. The crochet is slightly thicker in feel with sturdier stitches and still has some sparkle and fluffiness. Don't worry, I wouldn't rob the crochets of that, but not quite as much as the knit. Both versions are super, super soft and so nice to wear. So if you can't pick from either and you do both, you could just make one in each. So hopefully that's given you a really good insight into what I can already share about our mystery project. I can't wait to start making our actual sweaters together in September. So remember, you need to sign up for the make along on the landing page so you get sent the pattern each week in September. You want to get your kits so they're there in time, but also I highly recommend joining the Hobbii Facebook make along group, as it's a great place to share your progress and chat with fellow makers working on the project. I can't wait to see your reactions when you start receiving the kits and seeing the yarn, and I'll see you soon for the start of our make along. Bye!